Hey, what's going on, everybody? Look, I know I just got off live, but I had to come back on here because right when I got off live, I saw something. I saw a comment that was made. I'll let a few people come in here real quick, but I would tell you, share this because you don't want to miss it. Definitely won't be on here long, but you don't want to miss it. But I just got off live literally a few minutes ago, and right when I got off live, I saw a comment made by Alabama State Senator Bobby Singleton under Albert Turner's post. And I wanted to jump on here to have an open conversation about it because I definitely have something to say about that. I have something to say about it because birds of a feather flock together. And that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to lead with this. But birds of a feather flock together. And it is very imperative so people to understand this. And I wanted to come back on. I was gonna type something. I'm gonna make a post in reference to it to show receipts. But birds of a feather flock together. And this is about Alabama Senator Bobby Singleton. This is what this is about. And I would just tell you this. I made a post. No, not made a post. I made a statement during my recent live that I did about a few minutes ago. And in that post, the statement that I made was, you know, why haven't Albert's supporters spoken out? Why haven't Albert's supporters spoken out in support of him? And literally, right when I got off the live, I saw a comment made about the same time I brought that up. I saw a comment made by Alabama Senator Bobby Singleton that was made under Albert's post that I talked about this morning. Albert made a post about 2 hours ago, and about 45 minutes ago, Alabama State Senator Bobby Singleton made a comment. I'm going to read the comment because I called out and I said, well, why aren't the people that support Albert, why aren't they coming to his defense, right? And Bobby Singleton came to his defense. And I wanted to read to you guys what his defense is. And I'm going to offer you something that's going to open your eyes, because this is why I say birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. So under the post that Albert made this morning, that was kind of trying to refute and give excuses, put the blame on the Perry County Commission about stuff he wasn't able to do. After that post I made about the $443 million that he announced that Perry County was gotten in the last 6 years, Bobby came back on here and Bobby made this post in support of Albert. And I'm going to read it verbatim. And it says, I support Commissioner Albert Turner. He is one of the only public officials in Perry County who continues to try to move the county forward. Others can stand on the sideline and criticize what is being done instead of using that same energy to try to help build. Some people don't know how to build, so their best talent is to tear down. That's easy. Building in small rural community is hard. Try it sometimes. Now, this is coming from an elected official who's been a state senator since I think 2002, but at least for 2 decades. Now, Bobby, when you're talking about, cause I'm coming with receipts. So when you're talking about the rural areas and standing on the sidelines, were you standing on the sidelines when you gave almost $60,000 in 2022 to, when you gave $60,000 in 2022 to entities from your campaign funds? You gave $60,000 in 2022 to entities that managed by Albert Turner. You gave $45,000 to the Emerson Company, which we know that owned and operated by Albert Turner. You also gave $15,000 to the Emerson Group. The Emerson Group, according to your campaign form, the Fair Campaign Act, the form that you had to file, you said the Emerson Group. The Emerson Group if I go to the Alabama business entity, the Emerson Group is registered in Shelby County. But the address you had on there is the same address to the Albert Turner Enterprises. I've already did a live discussing this, but I just wanted to show receipts, right? Since you're talking about standing on the sidelines and all of this, because you are part of the problem, what we dealing with in Perry County. Because you funding a lot of this foolishness, allegedly. And you know it. And the only reason why you came to Albert Defense is because I said, where these people at? And that's why you came and you did it. And when you talking about receipts and talking about rural areas, oh, bro, you should have just stayed quiet. You should have stayed quiet. But I'm going to keep going. You gave $15,000 in 2022 out of your campaign funds, Bobby Singleton, to the Perry County Civic League. Also with that, and y'all know I'm posting it so everybody can see it, and I'm going to post a link so people can see it. Since we talking about rural areas, but I'm finna show y'all how state elected officials use their campaign funds to keep the foolishness going on in our rural areas. By financially supporting these same people who propagate and the reason why we deal with what we deal with. But also, it's crazy. And it's funny that the timing of those donations were around primary timeline when you, Bobby, you and Albert were supporting Dario Melton to be the Alabama State Senator in District 23, but Robert Stewart won. But that money that you gave to the Perry County Civic League, that you gave to the Emerson Company and Emerson Group, was all around the end of April and the beginning of May. And then again, for the primary time, you gave some more money, and you know I got the receipts for it, and I'm going to show it. But you talking about it's hard and people standing on the sideline. People are criticizing because people tired of not seeing progress, and we got the same black, Democratic, African-American money too. And you know what's funny, Bobby? Since you talking so much about rural areas, how you took $140,000 from the bingo hall, from the green track, in your campaign, because they've been the biggest contributors to your campaign funds, but then turn around and turn your back on them and then fight for them to stay alive when you knew that was the biggest source of income to Greene County, and that's a county you elected to represent. But you got the audacity to come on talking about because people criticizing and it's hard. It's hard when you got politicians who allegedly take money and then turn their backs on the same people who voted and put them in office. What you got to say about that, Bobby? What you got to say about that? Since you got something to say about me being on the sidelines, criticizing and calling out this done corruption and foolishness. Bobby Singleton. Bobby Singleton. Won't you talk about it? True. Talk about this, Bobby. How you over there in the Moblins right now because you scared. And the only reason why you pandering in the Moblins because you want Republican support because you scared. Talk about it, Bobby. How you working with Republicans and you trying to shut down Richard Benderson as his bid to run as a Republican candidate against you. Won't you talk about that, Bobby? Allegedly. How you up there working with the Republicans up there at the state, Bobby? But you're gonna come down to Greensboro and do campaign rallies and give hot dogs and hamburgers like that's okay, and want people to vote straight ticket. You're part of the problem. You've been part of the problem, and you know it. You know it. Y'all just scared because you know you don't want Albert to go down. Because Albert gonna tell everything that he had going on. That's why you came and you gave your support. Where you at when the people in Perry County ain't got no water? Where you been at? I know District 24, District 23 ain't your district, but I'll be god doggone how much Albert up there talking about, oh, I think Bobby Singleton, and Bobby Singleton got the right way into Governor Kay Ivey's office, and he helped me, and Bobby this, and Bobby that, and Bobby this. But Bobby, you gonna say people gonna criticize? Really? You do know your campaign stuff is public record, right, Bobby? You do know that, right? And you do know that you know what the difference between Emerson Group and Emerson Company. But you do that thinking people ain't gonna figure that out. I wonder how much money from your campaign funds gonna go down to the Emerson Group, gonna go down to the Perry County Civic League, gonna go down to the Emerson Company during this election. Because you love to get your campaign funds in the Perry County and you ain't got done District 24. Why you giving your campaign money always in the Perry County? Because you're trying to influence elections. That's what you do. That's what y'all do. And then, Bobby, you know it. You've been allegedly protecting all of that stuff that go up to the state. When people try to hold these folks accountable, you trying to make phone calls and use your position as a minority whip or whatever, since you one of the longest serving Democrats in the Senate. You know that. You know that, Bobby. You know that. Gonna get on here and want to throw some shade. Why you ain't come on the Black Bat Experience? Why you don't return phone calls about it? Why you want to throw rocks and hide your hand? Why you been behind this? You been funding a lot of this foolishness. Accountability coming. Accountability coming. And Bobby, you know my daddy helped you. You know that. But you want to get on here, and I'm going to read that comment again. Bobby got on here and said he had the audacity to say this. And if y'all see him, tell him. Because I know he ain't going to talk to me. I support, y'all listen, I want y'all, the people in Perry County that's living this and have to live through this, I want y'all to hear this. This is Bobby up for re-election this year. He's up for re-election this year. And he has Richard Bennison who's running against him. Richard Bennison ran as a libertarian against him last time, only raised $1,700 and got 25% of the votes. Now Richard has switched party and running as a Republican, and Bobby, a Democrat, is trying to block him for his bid to run against him because he's scared. Tell the truth, Bobby. Tell the truth. Y'all think people just gonna sit around? Man, nobody gonna sit around and be quiet when you see the buffoonery and what we got to deal with that your hand is in, Bobby. Gonna talk about, I support Commissioner Albert Turner. He is one of the only public officials in Perry County who continues to try to move the county forward. Others can stand on the sidelines and criticize what is being done instead of using the same energy to try to help build. And Bobby, I know you're gonna get this. I ain't got you blocked. You probably got me blocked, but I want you to answer this. Is me taking what Albert said that he was going to do? Albert was the one to announce that he got about $43 million for Perry County in the last 6 years. He said that. Albert said that on his Perry County Commissioner page. Only thing I did was went to his page. I did a word search of grant, and I went year by year, and I put it in a post. And I did the calculation on how much the summary of all of that was. Now, how me asking that and posting that, how is that me criticizing? Let me go back what you said. You said others can stand on the sideline and criticize instead of what being done, instead of using the same energy to try to build. How is that? I'm using my energy to ask questions on, you said you got this, where the money at? Where the resources at? Because we ain't seeing it. Y'all know this, and don't make me say it. It's a whole bunch of people that's in the Hale County area that's been part of the problem, that's been protecting this foolishness for a very long time. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know who the connected crew is. Birds of a feather flock together. The only reason why you're speaking up because you're nervous. You nervous. I ain't got nothing against you. But what I don't respect is if you're going to say something about me, say my goddamn name because I'm calling your name out. Ain't nobody criticizing. People asking, that's accountability. You said you were going to do something. I asked, you said you were going to do something on this day, hadn't heard nothing back. It's been 685 days. Albert said something about that goddamn Johnny Flower Highway Department. 685 days. No, 58 days. And I'm asking about it. That's criticizing? He said it. Why don't you tell him to come through? And why are you donating so much money? And you throwing it on the Emerson Company for consulting fees. You're making charitable contributions. Man, stop. Man, stop. And Bobby, answer this question. During the last election, why did all those banks, like Bank of America, giving you $20,000, Walmart giving you Chase, all of these banks giving you campaign contributions, and you representing areas where they ain't even really got those banks at? But it made sense after the announcement, and I think you was the ranking member on the Alabama Banking Committee. Hey, and Bobby, you sit on the Joint Transportation Committee for the state of Alabama. Why you ain't doing nothing to help these roads down here since you so concerned? Why you ain't doing nothing? Huh, Bobby? See, sometimes it's good just to be quiet, my boy. Sometimes it's good to be quiet. And some people best to be left alone. I'm one of them. Because public records show a whole lot. Public records show a whole lot. And Bobby, and in 3 days, I'm going to be retired, so I ain't going to have nothing but time. You know good and well, I just talking about something. Some people don't know how to build, so their best talent is to tear down. Some people don't know nothing about how to do the allegedly steal, so the only thing they do is empower other people to do that too. Allegedly. Man, y'all try to spin this false narrative. Accountability ain't tearing down. It's crazy work, man. And I want y'all to see who talking. And I want y'all to see who says what. And y'all see it. Y'all see it. When I come to Greensboro, when I come to Hale County, this ain't nothing personal. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. I got no respect for anybody, especially a politician, who will allegedly sell their souls to the highest bidder. Sold goddamn Greene County out because somebody allegedly gave you some money, so you went in and supported the other people who trying to create a monopoly for gambling in the state of Alabama. All that money, all them alleged briefcases that people picked up, them alleged briefcases that Albert used to go over there to a green track to pick up, that you allegedly used to pick up, that they gave you $140,000 in campaign contributions. The highest ones to ever contribute the entire time that you've been out. About 10% of your campaign contributions came from Green Track, but you turned around and turned your back on them. But you the one talking about, let me read it and I quote, "That's easy. Building a small rural community is hard. If it's hard, why you take the lifeline from it?" Bobby, why you just sponsored that bill? You just sponsored because you was trying to get Republican support because you know Kay Ivey retired and you trying to position yourself with Republicans just in case Tommy Tuberville get in there. All I'll say is that endorsement, it wasn't really a good endorsement. Just want to let you know that, my boy. You added to my boy list. Right? You added to my boy list. And I just wanted to come back on. I'm still going to make a post. And the post I'm gonna make about is going to be about Bobby Singleton. And I'm just going to show receipts so people can see it. I'm going to show links so people can go look at it. And you can ask yourself, why is a state senator in District 24 so financially invested in their campaign funds in District 23? What is Albert doing for you, the Emerson Group doing for you for political consulting? What are they actually doing for you? And you can't delete that because that's on the Secretary of State campaign finance page that you can go do, and you can search by candidate. Also, you can go on followthemoney.org as well. It's other places that tell you where that money go to. Albert, that's how I know. I mean, not Albert, but Bobby, that's how I know about all of them bankers giving you $20,000 during the last election. You raised about $600,000 during the last election. Your opponent raised $1,700 and still got 25% of the vote. And he ran as a libertarian. Now he running as a Republican. You scared. Because guess what? Why you scared? Because you got parts of Hale County. They got a strong Republican base. Definitely parts of Marine Corps got a strong Republican base. And parts of Tuscaloosa County got a strong Republican base. That's why you scared, my boy. That's why you trying to get him from not being able to run against you. Sucker move. Stand on your own 2 feet. Let your record speak for yourself, Bobby. But you saying Albert is one of the only public officials in Perry County trying to move. What has he moved forward? Is it moving forward, allegedly shaking people down to help use his position to on the Tom Bigby board to help them to tell them he can help guarantee they get loans if he give them a couple thousand? Is that moving the county forward? Is it moving the county forward when he's saying he had to give back $285,000 to for a grant that they got of a $500,000 grant to redo the jail, the historic jail in Perry County? Or is it moving Perry County forward that he said he had to give back $50,000 of the $200,000 in COVID funding that they had to do COVID upgrades to the jail in Perry County? Is it moving Perry County forward for $600,000 he just said that they had to send back? Man, stop it, Bobby. Stop it. Stop it. The people ain't believing that foolishness. And y'all scared because the awakening is happening. And the same old, y'all, them same old tactics y'all did. I mean, buy y'all some hot dogs and give y'all some hamburgers. Y'all know the white man and the white man this. If the white man was so, why you all up in Governor K. Ivey face all the time? Why you all the way up in the Republican faces all the time, Bobby? Why you pandering to them? Some people and some things are better left alone. Some people and some things are better left alone. I don't have no problem with you endorsing it. But the little slick comment that you want to make about criticism, because you made it after I said it on my post that ain't nobody that all these people ain't supporting Albert, but you're going to go on there and you're going to do it. Won't you reply to this, Bobby? Bobby Singleton from Greensboro, Alabama, who went to Alabama State, who marched in the band in Greensboro, who was a drum major in Greensboro marching band, under the direction of James Green, who was my band director. Went to the same school I went to, Greensboro East. We graduated from the same school. But we definitely not the same people. One of the senior rankings Democrats in the state. Birds of a feather flock together. Man, let me go. Let me go. But Bobby, if you're going to say my name, you're going to talk about me, say my name, because I said yours. And I said yours loudly. I said yours loudly. But I want you to explain to the people why you gave in 2022 when you supported Dario Melton, because you was trying to get him elected to Senate. Why did you give $60,000 to entities connected to Albert Turner in Perry County? when you are District 24 and Perry County ain't even in your district. And then you gave another $10,000. Oh, and Bobby, I got a question for you. Why you, no, heck no. Bobby Singleton, during the last runoff election in September of last year, why you sent $7,500 to Albert and then $2,500 to Albert, entities belonging to Albert, right before the runoff elections in Perry County? And you gave money right before the election too, back in 2022, when it was Robert Stewart running against my sister. And you turned around and gave some more money right before the election. Is that allegedly how that walk around money get and how they pay for absentee ballots? Is that it, Bobby? Are you the bank of that, Bobby? And you use your campaign contributions to give to Albert, and Albert turn around and allegedly do that? Because it's just very so coincidental that all of those times is right before election time. Either primary election, and then you turn around, there's the general election. That's when the donations are made from your campaign contribution. You probably never would have thought somebody would have looked at that, didn't you? But you had the audacity to talk about people criticizing when they're holding people accountable. Y'all been in office way too long and didn't have elected officials holding y'all accountable, and y'all done smelt y'allself too much. But 2026, year of accountability. And ain't nothing gonna get you away, because you know Albert gonna sing like a mockingbird. He gonna sing. So that's why you trying to come and offer your support. Because you think that because you're a seasoned state level politician, that if you come in, the people will believe. Nah, boy, we want to see receipts. We want to see receipts. We want to see receipts. But y'all have a blessed day. Y'all have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. And just know, I want the people to know, change is coming to the Black Belt area. And if y'all see the birds of a feather flock together, birds of a feather flock together, birds of a feather flock together. And Bobby, you can do all you want to. You can call all the people up at the state level. I'm coming to Montgomery. I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna talk to people. I'm gonna introduce myself and I'm gonna shake hands as a soon-to-be citizen, returned resident of the great state of Alabama. I'm coming up to Montgomery because I'm retired. I ain't got nothing to do but go and shake people's hands and talk to them. Cause see, I ain't gonna hide behind. No, I'm gonna come directly and I'm gonna talk to these people. And I got questions. I'm gonna go talk to the people at the SBI. Go talk to the people at the Ethics Committee. Go talk to the people at the State Senate, at the representative. I'm gonna talk to all of them, so I can just educate myself. Cause you know I like to read, right? I like to read. Reading is fundamental. But accountability is not criticizing. And if anybody try to frame that, they don't want to be held accountable to themselves. Man, you guys have a blessed day. Find somebody else to play with. God bless.